Phil in Rogers Park, here on ESPN 1000. Hey, Phil.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're good.
So, before you get Gar on at 5, can we get C-Red Fred on before, just to grease up the delusion that's going to be taking place?
But you guys want to debate each other? C-Red Fred's at home.
There we go.
I would love...
This is good.
All right,
well done.
Hold on, Phil. Now, you guys both have to, say your piece and then listen to the next guy.
This is a great idea.
Okay, that's fine. So,
right.
Hold on, Phil.
Phil, say hi to C-Red Fred.
Hey, how's it going, Phil? How you doing, man?
I've heard a lot about your thoughts here. I couldn't disagree.
I'm ready to rock. Let's bring it on. How old are you, Phil? How old are you?
One at a time now. One at a time. Phil, you make your point. Hold on, Fred. Phil, you make your point, and then Fred, you take it.
This isn't really a discussion about age. This is a discussion about the dysfunction of this organization ever since Jordan left. And at every instance, it seems as though you, Fred, have defended them completely, even when Tom Thibodeau was here and winning games, more so than any other coach besides Phil Jackson in franchise history. You seem to have this blatant defense of Paxson and Foreman. Even when Paxson attacks a coach, you seem to defend him. It just doesn't make any sense. And year after year, they prove to be the most complacent, conservative front office in the NBA with little to no use of analytics, any sort of acknowledgement that the NBA, that the collective bargaining agreement is changing, the way that teams evaluate are changing. There's no acknowledgement from you that they're so highly, highly incompetent in those areas. And the fan base needs to know, because for years they would take the approach of somebody like you, who would say, well, they drafted well, and look, Joakim and Derek, you know what? That was 8-9 years ago.
Okay, time out. Good. Okay, Phil, there was a good opening statement. Fred, now it's your turn to respond to Phil.
One question, and I'll take off running. How old are you, Phil?
How old are you? I'm 21.
I'm 43. 21. All right, you're 21. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story. In the winter, I talk. In the winter of 2000, I walked in the United Center several hours before tip-off. How old were you, like a 10?
Wait, Fred, stop asking him questions.
Let me finish. I watched Michael Ruffin miss about 15 straight 10-foot jumpers on an empty court. And I turned to my friend and I said, there is no hope. And I endured Khalid Al-Amin and Pfizer and Ron Mercer and Tarlek, and we went 4 stinking seasons with a total of 66 wins. You think this is bad? Fred Hoiberg has 70 wins. I went 4 seasons with a total of 66. Now, Pax was hired, and things almost immediately got better. Then he drafted Noah, Rose, and Taj, and things really got better. And he hired Tibbs. And then Derek's knees went out. Tibbs went insane with his minutes, and he ran guys into the ground for every stinking playoff run, and now we're here with Fred. Now, you think things are so bad, but I look back and I see from when Pax was hired, we've had 1 losing season. Let me tell you, buddy, it can get a lot stinking worse. All right?
Fred, time out.
Phil, time for your rebuttal. You have 30 seconds for a rebuttal.
Okay, Fred, you just made the narrative like every other, besides Waddle and Silvy, made ever since Thibodeau was the coach. You said he ran players into the ground. Is Jimmy Butler not playing the exact same amount of minutes that he was playing under Tom Thibodeau? Is he not playing the same amount of minutes that Luol Deng was playing under Tom Thibodeau? He's not, really? Because every single year we would hear this BS narrative from you and the front office that they would run guys in the ground. All he did was bring relevance to the city, to this organization, a relevance that was nowhere when Paxson took over. Ever since Paxson has taken over this team, it's been ruddled in dysfunction.
All right, time out. That's 30 seconds. By the way, as a judge, let me interject.
I get the rebuttal.
It's our show, Fred. Settle down.
All right.
But you can do both. You can return the team to relevance and wear your guys down to the point where they're not at their peak in the postseason. But now it's your turn, Fred.
I want you to go find game logs for December 2012 and look what he played Joakim Noah. 40 minutes in back-to-backs. And then in game 65, his legs go out, and everybody like you says, oh, what bad luck for Tibbs. He's partly responsible for the condition that his players were in. And guess what? Jimmy Butler isn't number 1 in the league. There's 2 guys ahead of him, Towns and Wiggins. What team do they play for?
Fred, I
roster.
So Waddle, Silvy, I want to respond real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
This is your last
point.
word. This is your last
point.
point.
Okay.
10 seconds.
Okay. The longest tenured executives in the NBA are the following: John Paxson with the Bulls, Mitch Kupchak with the Lakers, Danny Ainge with the Celtics, R.C. Buford with the Spurs, Pat Riley with the Heat. 4 of those 5 have championship rings. One of them just got fired from their teams. Tell me who doesn't have a championship ring, yet is still employed by the moron Michael and Jerry Reinsdorf. It's John Paxson.
Okay, time out. Thanks for the call, Phil, but we're not. We don't name call on
No
this
name
show.
call, but good points. And Fred, your final rebuttal, 10 seconds.
Well, yeah, Paxson has 4 rings. He was 3 as a player, 4 as a coach.
Yeah, but not as a front
I
office.
believe he would. I would believe he would have had 5 if unfortunately, we all know what happened with Derek.
I believe with that as well.
I still believe that he is an excellent executive, and I believe in John Paxson.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Hey guys, thanks for this opportunity. It was very enjoyable.
Thank you, Fred.
You guys are great.
Listen, that's what we do.
Yeah,
is we bring you together. You have conversations just for fact-checking purposes. I know that's popular these days.
Who won that today? Who would you say won?
I mean,
look, C-Red. I love C-Red Fred. He is such a great guy. He brings up some good points, but I just don't know how you could continue to back.
Jimmy is not playing the same number of minutes under Fred's.
But that was
tenure.
never the debate anyway.
No, you and I are on the same page there, and you and I have had that. I'm just giving you the fact check. At 13-14, he played 38.7 minutes per game. In 14-15, he played 38.7 minutes per game. Last year, he played 36.9. This year, he's played 36.6. I'm just giving you the facts. Yeah. I didn't have problems with 38.7 and 38.7.
Hey.
I had problems, guys, playing when they were hurt. And for all of those, people that chirp, well, what are you? Listen, if Jimmy's hurt now, get him out. I don't have any less tolerance for Fred playing Jimmy too many minutes when he's banged up now than I did Tom Thibodeau.